What if I were to suggest that you play a key role in the awakening world? And that you are watching this because you have heard the call. We can start right now by opening our hearts and minds. Welcome to the awakening world.
Hello, dear friends, and welcome to the Awakening World. I'm Love Coach Scott Katamas, and it is Saturday night. It is August 8th, which means the Lionsgate portal is open, and it's kind of at its full connection, and it is perfect because tonight we are reestablishing our regular ongoing collaboration with Neil Gaur and Portal to Ascension. And we're also blessed to have Alan Steinfeld, Mr. Making Contact, with us. And they've brought 4 of their amazing presenters with them. There's Neil, there's Alan. We're going to meet a new friend, Nan Akasha. Looking forward to her. And we're also going to meet another new friend. This is Julie, coming to us from Canada, but who's based in Hawaii. And then a couple of old friends. There they are, the boys, AJ and Tom, and all those other beings that those of you that are gifted with sight see. There's, of course, all of their guides. And we also have Dr. Melissa Sophia Joy with us. So it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful evening. We're going to hear from all these people. We're going to learn about the Lionsgate portal, how to work with these energies. But to get us rocking and rolling and off to the perfect start, here is our house musical artist, the one and only Omastar, also known as Omashar.
That is right. And namaste and welcome. Yes, it's the Lionsgate, and there is about 50 million events to join into tonight. So thank you for being with us, and welcome everybody on Facebook and YouTube. And just to get us nice and hypnotized, we are going to go down the rabbit hole. Something like that. I'm pretty sure. Here we go. Now we recognize we've been hypnotized. The spell is wearing off, and so now we rise with higher frequencies. There is no disguise. The truth of life itself is now realized. Love is reaching through the hearts of me and you. The world is waking up to our different points of view, 'cause now we recognize we've been hypnotized. The spell is wearing off, and rise with higher frequencies. There is no disguise. The truth of life itself is now realized. Da 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 da. So shake yourself free of the past. No longer do we walk in the dark. Let's show each other what we can do, and let our light shine right on through. And let the good of humanity stay, and let the dross simply fade away. And let the mother return to us all, so that love can have her way. Cause now we recognize we've been hypnotized. The spell is wearing off, and so now we rise with higher frequencies. There is no disguise. The truth of life itself is now realized. Ba-da-da-da. So shake yourself free of the past. No longer do we walk in the dark.
Woohoo! Let's all send some twinkles and appreciation. Here on the Awakening World, we twinkle on Mushar and our guests, and as we appreciate them. And what does Lionsgate mean to you, Mushar?
Well, you know,
Adjust your microphone.
You are right. You're a psychic. How about that?
Psychic or psychotic, one of the two.
They're pretty much the same, actually. So, what does Lionsgate mean to me? I would honestly say that every day is a Lionsgate. Like every day is as Christmas. It used to mean a lot, the portal of coming through and the potentiality of the alignment that is here today. But the way that I feel with myself anyway, my perception of consciousness raising is that we're almost getting past the point where these portals are even necessary for some of us, because every day is a portal. Really, I'm just talking directly. Honestly, but the beauty of all of the 8/8s, the 9/9s, the 10/10s, the 11/11s, the 12/12s is it gives us an excuse to focus together as a group consciousness. And I would say that's where the greatest power is, because I think that ultimately we evolve past all of that, because every single breath of every single day is a portal. And however, it's an exhausting work, but after a while, it gets a momentum. And watching us on the Global Peace Tribe, the Awakening World, over these last 6 years, for me, 4.75 years, we have built such a momentum that that we are rising, and as long as we don't look back, we're good. So I think I'm going to stop there. I won't shut up because, right? But anyway, it's about being honest. I could say something glib, but I won't. That's my truth. So there we are.
Thank you very much for always sharing your truth. We love you. Well, he was talking about we've been doing this for over 6 years. And one of the great things is when the pandemic happened, it was as though a lot of us just realized, okay, this is it. The big event is beginning. And we started really finding people to collaborate with. And I am so grateful for Alan Steinfeld and Neil Gar, because they truly are brothers. And I think all three of us were probably pretty close to the same age. We've all been in this world for a long time, this kind of metaphysical cosmic world. And we each have our kind of own unique approaches to it. But both well, really, I'll just be honest. All three of us, we have done a lot. We've put out a lot of interviews, a lot of shows, a lot of events. Um, and it's an incredible time. And I always enjoy collaborating with both of you because truly, I think we all have known since we were born that we're living in an interesting life. This one's a big one. And now everything we've been preparing for is happening. So, with that, Alan and Neil, what are you observing from your unique vantage point? So with you, Alan, because you're Mr. Making Contact, another load of files from the government got unloaded today. What's
That's
up?
right.
What do you think?
Well, first, I'm going to say, yes, between the three of us, I think we've talked to everybody who has any kind of spiritual consciousness anywhere on the planet,
Just
which is
about.
fun and exciting. We are the talent scouts of this community. I'm always finding new people. I want to say, Neil, we got to put this guy in Portal to Ascension or interview them. Got to bring him on this show. So we're reaching, I think, a gelling point within our community. Yeah, there's a lot of awful things happening in the world, but for me, this moment in time is about solidifying this higher consciousness, the telepathy tapes, the government finally acknowledging that there is something they've been hiding, that they've been lying. They're basically saying, yeah, we've been lying to you for 80 years. And now we're going to try to tell you the truth, although they're not telling us the truth. You know, Danny Sheehan said a great thing. The biggest way to stop disclosure is to pretend you're having it. So they're releasing videos, they're releasing tapes, but they're not telling us. So it's a people's movement. That's why it comes back to me, you, Neil, and everyone here to make the truth a people's movement. That's what making contact is. We are making contact with each other and the consciousness that's going to involve us to the next level of awakening. That's why I'm so happy that Glastonbury, Neil's big conference in Glastonbury is happening. And just one thing about the Lionsgate. I was in England on 8/8/2008, and we was
Wow.
up the hill because we knew a crop circle was going to appear. Me and my friend Zachary were looking at the one field, and then a crop circle appeared in the next field, and it was in the figure of an 8. It was it's one of my favorite crop circles, and there's been amazing ones this year. But it is a Mobius strip 8 where time folds in and out and back out and in on each other. And that's what the Lionsgate is, an opening of a portal to ascension, let's call it that. And it's an awakening of energy. This is the peak of summer. This is my favorite time. This is Leo. This is after the Mayan New Year on the 26th and before what was called the harmonic convergence on the 16th, 17th, 18th of August. This is like this opening doorways where new things are possible because
Wow.
of the energy of the planet. So it's a really great time to be here. Thanks.
Absolutely. Well, you mentioned Portal to Ascension. Here's the man who makes that website happen. And we'll take a look at your Glastonbury video in a moment. But welcome, Neil. And what's your experience and thoughts about the Lionsgate?
Yeah, thank you so much. I'll say that I said this at the beginning of the stream today that it seems like in the consciousness space we're creating our own holidays, and it's
Yeah.
quite literally holy days, real holy days, not like a bank holiday. And 11/11 and 8/8 have seemed to have become that. And you would say, like, if you look back a few years ago, there's a couple people doing events, but now, like, oh my God, the amount of 8/8 events that happened today, like the amount of our stream, my first Portal to Ascension 8/8 event, I was in Brian Scott's event for the last 2 hours as well. We had thousands of people tuning in there. And now with you, it seems like the energy is ramping up for sure. And then also the interesting thing is that it's kind of a feedback loop, in my opinion, kind of like the 8 is a feedback loop where not only is there some sort of alignment, which is the alignment with Sirius, right, which moves at the same speed and velocity as Earth through our solar system and through our galaxy, but then also because everybody's getting together, because of this alignment, we're now creating a ripple effect where we are just collectively creating an intention to set a shift on this planet, whether we're meditating together, whether we're singing together or connecting together. In the last stream I was in, when it was my time to do the meditation, I was like, I said, I forget the quote is what I said, that when two or more gather, meditate. So what we did was we set a collective intention to put in heart frequencies into every being, every rock, every tree, every human, every animal, every insect on the planet. And just imagine what happens when tens and tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people set that collective intention. We create a ripple effect in consciousness. And what's happening now, as you all know, is that the alternative world is becoming mainstream. That's pretty much it. You can strike up conversations with people randomly about what I do, what you do, what you're into, and chances are more than 1 out of 2, more than 50% chance they're going to have some opinion on it, or a conversation will start from it, or curiosity will spark from it. And so I'm seeing that with all the different things happening on the planet, just to list a few, right? Archaeological sites being discovered. Just the train that they created in Yucatan, Nano's telling me 4,500 new pyramids were found, right? Archaeological discoveries, LiDAR technology, right? The amount of things that they found with LiDAR that they haven't even told us yet, that I also keep my finger on the pulse on because I'm really interested in LiDAR discoveries. UFOs, and I know that there's definitely always some level of psyop with UFOs, but at the same time, think of how many people had no idea, but are now even thinking like, wait a second, we're not alone in the universe. Wait a second, what are these craft there, right? AI, of course, quantum computing. Do you guys know how quantum computers work? They literally, instead of ones and zeros and binary, it's literally tapping into all dimensions simultaneously, using the processing power of every single dimension, so that one thing that would have taken 100,000 years to compute gets created in 1 second. Why? Because it taps into the multidimensional realities of everything and uses the ones and zeros through every single multiverse. And that's not like me just using new age terms. That's quite literally the science behind quantum computing. It's entangling two particles together that now tap into multidimensional realities. We're using technology that we can't even fathom what is going on right now, right? And then I would say one more thing there, biohacking. Oh, like I'm about to do an age reversal conference in a few months, guys. You guys got to be a part of it. Biohacking and age reversal. Before I got onto this, I was watching a 1 hour podcast on this new discovery that's reverting age about 40, 50 years. And so the life that we are in store for, we're literally at the event horizon for something amazing. And a lot right now, so many different control systems are out there, and then also agendas and intentions, whether it's pharmaceutical companies, whether it's government, whether it's the prison industrial complex or the military industrial complex, have the chokehold on things that can literally transform the world. But it's inevitable. It's inevitable. These things are coming out. So I'm really excited just to be a part of it with you guys.
Wow. You're always such a storehouse of incredible knowledge. And, talk about how everything is breaking through. Have you guys seen this? Time Magazine is returning, and their lead story, America is finally taking extraterrestrials seriously.
Yep.
Time Magazine.
Wow. When
Front
did that
cover.
come out?
Front cover.
Is that
Just
out?
came out August 7th, yesterday.
Wow. And our friend Chris Bledsoe said he's going to be on the cover of the new Life magazine that's being revived too.
Right. So,
that's
it's pretty amazing that, the mainstream media is finally catching up with, what we've been talking about and knowing for a long, long time. You mentioned Glastonbury, and you guys have something pretty cool coming up. I'm going to play the short little trailer and then have you guys talk about it.
Yes. Great.
Ashley Judd. And after years
Sorry, Ashley.
to help all of us be free from
Yes, Glastonbury is going to be a fantastic conference in one of the ancient mystical vortex sites on the planet, Glastonbury, and it's right near Avebury. And there's a lot of crop circles out there in the Wiltshire area this year. Some fantastic. Have you seen them, Neil? Some fantastic.
Just the one you sent me.
Yeah, some fantastic demonstrations that we are interacting with this higher phenomenon. So, why did you decide to put this conference on in Glastonbury, Neil?
Well, this is the third conference in Glastonbury, and it's going to be our last one, guys. So if you want to come to our event over there, please do come to this one. And I actually, the reason why I put it on originally was because when I had the download for Portal Extension 2008, there was a lot of different things that came to me. It was like 20 years of a download. And one thing was to go back to the place I was born, England, and bring an event to the place I was born to heal a karmic cycle for myself, because in my childhood, England was extremely traumatic. So I wanted to go back there, and it was kind of like a coming of age thing for me, even though I was like 40 years old. But it was like going back there and bringing that energy there to where basically I was born. Well, technically is my motherland, England. And then also the Glastonbury is a glimpse into the ancient past of I would say, the European people, the Celtic people, a place that you don't really have anymore throughout Europe. Whereas when you look at European history, it's so riddled with Christianity, it's really challenging to look back even further beyond that. And all the ones beyond that obviously have been called barbarians. Not too many people know about the Visigoths, not too many people know about the tribes, the Germanic tribes. But in Glastonbury, you're going back to some ancient Druidic wisdom. So I wanted to be there to bring reverence to that awareness. And this conference is, I call it a grid working event in the disguise of a conference, because we do tours the first couple of days. We have tours of Avalon, where you go to amazing ancient areas there. We go to King Arthur's Abbey. Then we have the 3 days of the conference, and then we have a post-conference workshop. So it's truly a really, really exciting and fun event, where we not only get to, listen to wisdom teachers, the wisdom teachings, but also get to experience the land itself, because all these sites that are, so well known over there are literally 20 to 30-second walk from where our conference is going to be. So
Right.
I'm excited to be there. And I'm really happy, Alan, because you didn't come last year. So I'm happy you're coming this year to close it off with me.
And to MC it. And I do think that part of England is probably the mountaintops of Atlantis. I think that's probably the oldest land, some of the oldest monuments. If you see the standing stones of Avebury and Stonehenge, maybe that's a little young, but some really ancient energies there. And I do think connected to the Atlantean times. Plus, we have some amazing speakers like my good friend Marilyn Gavicki channeling Zazar. And of course, Nan's going to talk about what she's doing there. Maria Wheatley is probably the best geomantic authority in the world. She's 3 generations of geomancy. And who else we have there this year, Neil?
We got Tony Ghazi. We got Rob Gauthier. We have Michelle Acosta. Laura Eisenhower is going to be there as well. Margaret Rigoloso is going to be there.
Margarita Rigoloso, love her.
Speakers. Yeah. Just on the Atlantis thing, there's some stories that have been shared around Glastonbury that when Atlantis fell, that the elemental beings went north into England and the humans went into Egypt. So there was which is why we have all the stories, because Glastonbury is connected to Cornwall, which is connected to St. Nectan's Glen, where you get all the stories of the original gnomes, fairies, and pixies. So, yeah, there could
and
be
also the Arthurian legends, which are not necessarily a legend. It was a dimensional doorway that had a kind of parallel history. Avalon. And so, Avalon is the Arthurian legends and the Lady of the Lake, and all that is a reality. Even the dragon stuff you're talking about, it's all there. I went to Merlin's Cave. So it's alive it's not beyond mythology. It's alive with the energies that hold the past. And the English are very funny people anyway. So it's going to be fun. Thanks, Neil.
I'm totally envious, you guys. Hey, I want to read a few of the comments from our audience and then take a look at what you're doing with Julie as an introduction to her. But a lot of our people were watching your program this morning, Neil. Carol and George and several others commenting on what a wonderful program it was. So that was wonderful. And I like what Ayada just wrote. She says, Neil, I am so ready for an event horizon. I feel like I've been doing a lot of very heavy lifting for years in terms of consciousness. I'm looking forward to more light, even though I know we may still have some tumultuous times.
Yeah.
And I think that that sums up how so many of us feel. We've been shining the light for a long time, and it's exciting that more and more people are waking up. Time Magazine and Life Magazine covering extraterrestrial stuff, and the work that we're doing now was, 10 years ago it would have been considered really out there, and now more and more people are accepting and understanding it.
Well, I have to honor Neil for really taking charge, and he just bought the New Living Expo, which is going to be the premier gathering place for higher conscious beings in April in San Rafael. He's taking it to another level. Paul Andrews, who began the whole thing, just died, and it's as if
Just
he
passed away.
passed the torch to Neil Gar, to bring in this next level of consciousness that's not just a gathering, it's an activation. It's more than I love the conscious life. I love Contact in the Desert, but I think Neil wants to do the next level of networking in events. Make it music, make it interactive, make everyone not just a spectator, but a participant. That's the goal, I think.
Well said. And we'll talk about New Living Expo when we get a little bit closer to it. For right now, let's definitely talk about this. Tell us about this Portal to Ascension event, Star Children Summit, and then from there, maybe you can introduce Julie.
Yeah, 100%. And so, firstly, why we are now doing a monthly event with Scott, besides the fact that we love him and we just want to do it anyway, honestly, is the fact that Portal to Ascension also has just launched a whole new platform. And this is kind of our debut show today, where we're going to show it to you, show you the Stream Now page in a little bit. But we'll start out with this event here. This event is called Star Children, Telepathy, and the Future of Humanity Summit. And it was inspired by Julie. And we've come together. Julie has an organization called New Earth Trust. And she is really passionate about creating a new system of education, of collaboration, of artistry even, and cultivating and curating gifts of the new children that come onto the planet. And it's been her mission for quite some time now. And we've joined forces in creating this summit, which is kind of going to be just the beginning of not only what she envisions for the future. As you guys probably know, the education system in general is created in a way really just to make people kind of close off some of the gifts, for the most part, and then also become workers into a system that has been created for us just to provide back to a society and a civilization that really doesn't support our spiritual growth. So it's like, what systems do we have to create in order to cultivate these gifts? And as you know, the telepathy tapes are out. There's all these other type of psychic abilities that are coming online. And how can we create a world where they don't get shut off? So we have to figure out how to put them back on again. How can we create a world where those gifts are always alive? And so this is Julie's passion. We've come together for this. She has an organization called New Earth Trust. And I would love to just read the first paragraph from this, because I think it's the best introductions. If you can pull that back up. Scott, I just want to read the first paragraph from the event page, because that really is, in a nutshell, kind of Julie's mission here.
Did you want to Julie's website?
Go to Star Children Summit. I'm going to read the first paragraph from there.
Got it. Okay, here we go.
All right. So this scroll down a tiny bit. Yeah. The Star Children Conference is a powerful gathering dedicated to amplifying the voices of the next generation and exploring the emergence of humanity's evolving consciousness. This online event creates a sacred space where children, teens, parents, educators, healers, wisdom keepers can come together to listen deeply, spark meaningful conversations, and build a supportive global community around the future of humanity. So the first step is the conversation. Let's all get together and realize what has happened and how we can create something new. So I'm just really honored and blessed to not only have Julie as a dear friend, but to be creating this with you too, Julie. So welcome here into the show.
Wow, what a true blessing to be here. I am so honored, so grateful. What a special day that we're gathering on today, this magical Lionsgate Gateway Stargate, where we receive the energies from the cosmos to create and to give birth to new systems on this planet with a consciousness that we haven't seen before. And this is what really led me to the mission of New Earth Trust. Of course, the birth of my son was what activated this mission, but New Earth Trust is really about creating conscious spaces where children's families, visionaries of New Earth can gather. And it's about restoring the intergenerational wisdom, and that every role, be a child, an elder, a parent, we initiate one another into what it is that we are bringing forth onto this planet. And a really big part of our patriarchal hierarchy kind of system that we've been living in, this matrix for a while, that I've noticed is that everything is kind of backwards. And I genuinely believe that to restore the original blueprint of what this ascended consciousness, this planet is supposed to be, the organic living systems, is we have to turn everything upside down. And with that also comes a very deep knowing and acknowledgement that children carry deep wisdom, that they're here to teach and to show us things that we have forgotten. And so children are our teachers, and we are their guides to show them how to create within the confines of this material plane and the ways that this earth works. But I really believe it is their frequencies, their codes that continues to transmit this newer light out of which we are to co-create this new blueprint, this new template for a new civilization. And that is also what I believe the wisdom and transmissions of Lionsgate carry for us is when I tune into Lionsgate, the words that were coming through today were cosmic legacy, that we are to utilize this beautiful portal as a gateway to our cosmic legacy. For many, many, many years, this gateway was looked at as a remembrance and connection to our cosmic origins, and to bring that wisdom into what we are here to create in the present moment. And what that also means is a restoration of cosmic ecology. I love how in the beginning we were bringing up the changes, the shifts that we're seeing on this planet. That, I mean, disclosure, it's like not even like, oh, it's astonishing. And no, it's a conversation now, something that we can talk about. And with that, it's a reflection of all of our cosmic remembrance. And the question that comes through that remembrance is, what happens after remembrance? What are we all here to do? What is our cosmic legacy? Of course, our children are our future. Of course, our children is the next evolution of who we are as humanity. So what is it? What are the living systems we are now guided to create so that this next evolution of who we are with the power to create these new civilizations, what systems are we creating so that we can anchor these new energies into, so that this planetary system in and of itself can flip downside up again into its organic blueprint. So to me, today, this special gateway is about cosmic ecology, reconciliation, and restoration of its organic blueprint, because we are so ready for that. And I love how Deborah just put up this infinity sign into the chat, because that really carries this energy of infinite restoration of the energies of polarity, right? And we are here to always finding that center, finding the middle ground. Because without that polarity, our the way that we've been creating is out of that polarity. And right now we're at a time where we're finding that center. And today, when I was tuning into the energies of this gateway too, I'm reminded of the ancient mysteries of Egypt, and of course, the classic, right? The classic myth, the classic archetype of Isis and Osiris, where was disembodied and scattered. And it was the cosmic mother energy of Isis that gathered his body to reassemble him to create what? To create Heru, right? The birth of the new child. And really, why this was coming up today is also a reminder where we're living in a world, of course, that is going through so many transitions and changes, which comes from a lot of polarity, right? Like different perspectives coming into light, people coming into perception of what is genuinely truth for them. And in the light of the blue star and the waters of Sirius that carries our cosmic memory, that carries the living templates of what the organic templates of what our civilization once was, that is being channeled today. And that is also feeling like the womb energy, the water, the plasmic energy of Cosmic Mother, of Isis. And what is also symbolic and significant is Leo. Leo with its heart, the solar fire, the courage of the leader's heart, and the combination of what seems like polarity, the fire and the water, the masculine and the feminine, coming together to birth this new consciousness, new living systems of what the next evolution of us is now ready to step into. So with that,
Well, I'm going to come in for a quick second, Julie.
yeah.
Dia Therese in our Zoom room just wrote, "Wow, this young woman speaks so beautifully and clear. Julie, you are truly inspiring with such a graceful manner. Thank you, and namaste." Eleanor Joy wrote, "For sure, she's amazing." And Tiara writes, "Yes, Julie. And even we open-minded ones need to continue to stretch to allow for others to evolve." So I want to give you a chance to take a breath and share with you a little bit of what is coming in. But please continue. You're on a beautiful roll.
Thank you so much. Yes. So, what I'm actually feeling a lot right now is womb energy. And also, when I speak about the womb, I'm not being gender biased, of course. Both, whatever physical form we carry our souls in this physical incarnation, whether it's female, male, we have a cosmic womb. And what I'm feeling into sharing is a reminder that we all carry this cosmic womb within us. And just a little bit of light codes to activate that remembrance. And the cosmic womb is being activated right now because when we are in a place of a lot of polarized perspectives, sometimes it's hard to kind of pinpoint what it is that we would like to focus on. I don't know if this is something that is happening in your field. Um, I personally have been sensing a lot of energies of kind of like distraction, a lot of noise, and a lot of upheaval as well of kind of things that are very, very like old wounds that are just ready to be released. So with just, a little bit of time, I would like to share maybe some light codes to activate this cosmic womb. And what my prayer and intention for us to not only activate this creative aspect, but to release the old systems, the parts of us that were created from the times where power was about domination. And my guides are reminding me that because we brought up Egypt, in ancient Egypt, in Kim, the throne was inherited through the matriarchal lineage. And what they carried was this wisdom that the womb was what anchored, what passed on our cosmic templates, and it is through the womb where the stars are birthed. So, yeah, if it feels aligned with you, I'm just inviting us to gently close our eyes. And just tune into our heart space. And take a deep breath into our hearts. Filling in the consciousness of the new children also in this space, as well as Mother Isis. Reminding us of our connection to the Cosmic Mother. And that she's telling us it is through softness that all the worlds were created. It is through a cosmic womb, this multidimensional stargate, where souls enter into matter, where light becomes density. And within its waters, spirit condenses into flesh. And it is within its water that eternity learns the lessons of time and space. Power was never meant to dominate. Power in its true essence. And I'm bringing this up because it is, I'm sensing the energies of Lyra and their wisdom of sovereignty, of our galactic royalty. And what their message is that, power and royalty was meant to protect, to nourish, and to serve. And through today's Lionsgate Sacred Gateway, it is through this remembrance that power is to be circulated rather than accumulated, that we create these new systems for New Earth. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mokuroto no isu okoto no natita nagana auto na iya. Hoo-ah.
Wow. Beautiful. Um,
Hmm.
You know, we're going to go to your website in a moment, and her website is trustnewearth.com. And she'll have to share with you that in the late 90s, when the internet was pretty new, I was actually hired to produce an online news channel called New Earth News. And that's a big part of what I did for a couple of years. So it's beautiful to see the New Earth Trust. And I also noticed that one of your teammates is our beloved Viviane Chauvet, who
Yeah.
is a regular on the show, and we all love her. So it's very exciting. Anyway, I'm going to go to your website right now. And for anybody following along, all of you watching on, well, all of you are on computer right now. It's trustnewearth.com, trustnewearth.com. And tell us a little bit about this and what would you like for our audience to know? How can we play with you?
Well, first off, scroll down to where there is an input box, and that is where you put in your name and your email address so we can keep in touch. Because this is very much a living template for me. And so much is, I mean, I started this last year. Um, and I mean, the first thing that we did was to create a Star Children Retreat. That was the first move out of this movement. And it just kind of like kept snowballing from this point onward to bigger visions. Like my next big vision is by 2029, we're going to have a physical school built, probably in Hawaii. I can't be 100% sure yet, but a physical school where, you know, we're nurturing the souls, the hearts, not only the minds of children, but also incorporating galactic wisdom, the wisdom of Mother Gaia, while checking all of the boxes of, you know, our state regulations and things like that. And so that's you know another project that is very much in my forefront right now. But that's also why it's so important that we stay connected. Put your email in there so that you can keep posted on what we're up to. And I mean, some of you might want to witness what's happening, but maybe some of you would like to be collaborating, co-creating with us. That's always welcome.
Fantastic. I am sure we have many, many educators in our audience. Some are retired, some are still active, but I'm imagining Diara, Carol, and many of the others might be interested in collaborating with you. So definitely reach
Amazing.
out. And if they want to reach out to you, of course, they'll put in their email. And is your contact information, let's see what it says here on the website. When I go to contact, what I see here is this here. So I guess same thing. If they put in their information and a message, that'll get through to you, Julie.
Yeah, that's one way of doing it. And I mean, social media. I check out I really just have Instagram now. And my Instagram is Trust New Earth. That's
Okay.
one of the handles. And yeah, let's stay in touch that way. And of course, I'm so excited to be co-hosting with Neil, Portal to Ascension, our Star Children Summit.
Mhm.
And it's going to be really unique because we have this beautiful lineup of speakers, including non-verbal ones, who obviously have really amazing wisdom to share. And there'll be all of these speakers here. They have lived experiences, insights into telepathy, nonverbal communication, galactic consciousness, new paradigm education, and most importantly, the roles that these children are playing in humans' evolution.
Wow.
Mm,
So this
mm.
looks fantastic. I'm going to sign up for it for sure. It's
Yay!
August 22nd and August 23rd. Both
That's
times it goes
correct.
from 9 a.m. till 2 p.m. Pacific time. So that's noon till 5 p.m. Eastern. And
Yes.
and I love that you even make it free or donation. There's so many different ways of doing it, and you've got a wonderful group of speakers. So That's going to be a terrific event just coming up in a couple of weeks. And of course, there's still room for people to register for Glastonbury. So who knows, you might just get a Glastonbury person. And speaking of Glastonbury, I'm going to bring Alan back up. Julie, what a joy to meet you. I hope you'll come back and be on our show again.
Oh, I would be honored
Thank
to.
you.
Count me in.
I want to say one of the people Julie has on the Star Child conference is someone I recommended who's an autistic child who is very telepathic. He can, I said to ask him to read my mind. I felt him enter my brain, and we had this telepathic back and forth. It's Alex and Nancy Durasmos, and they're the next level. Yes, he may not be functional the way we think, but he exists on so many levels. These are really superstars, these neurodivergent. They're another level of the human race, and it's fantastic that you got them on this show. Thank you, Julie.
Yes,
Because they
So
are-
there's Alex and also Luke. Both of them are spellers and will demonstrate telepathy. And yeah, keep your
Of course,
thoughts.
Mary Rodwell has been studying these kids for the past 20, 30 years, and she knew all along that they were here to wake us up to another reality. So this is a fantastic conference you guys are doing.
Yay, thank you.
Hey, while we've got Alan here, I want to remind everybody to go to New Realities on YouTube, because that's where all sorts of wonderful things happen, including that woman that we're seeing right now, because of course, Alan always carries the Awakening World. But
Right.
New Realities is an amazing channel to go to.
And actually, Scott, I just passed 100,000 subscribers on New Realities. So
oh man, congratulations.
yes, thank you. It's been a goal of mine. So yes, and thanks to you and all the people that we've been serving for the last 6 years as a simulcast. So I'm always happy to be a part of this and spread the awakening. Yes.
Absolutely. Julie, I'm gonna send you back into the green room or into the guest room because we're about to meet Nan Akasha, and I'm looking forward to meeting her. And Neil, Alan, what do you have to say about this new guest?
Well, Neil knows her. So Neil, why don't you? I've met her. She's very pleasant. But Neil, go ahead.
Yeah. All right, everybody. I'm very excited to bring on Nan because she is one of my besties. Nan, hopefully it's not news to you, Nan. Hopefully you know that already. Spent all day yesterday with Nan at Uxmal at like what was it, like 90-degree weather, 90% humidity at Uxmal, going and exploring the pyramids there. We're actually going to be doing a retreat together on the Yucatan in January of next year at nanakasha.com/stargates. And Nan and I not only have a deep connection to the Mayan Peninsula, but she actually lives out here, been here for 11 years. And I would say that Nat, you honestly are one of the most prolific people I know. I'm telling you that maybe for the first time, I don't know. But you've been on so many different events and pretty much, in my opinion, you're like a conscious channel where you get a theme or a topic and you have relay communication coming through your own expression of that topic in any moment. And there's so much passion and love in how you share so much wisdom as well. We've done events on the Knights Templar, to Egypt, to the Chinese astrology 3 years in a row. We've done a Chinese astrology event every February. But I want to read just a little bit from your official bio here just to cover everything. Nan Akasha is a clear channel, Jaguar medicine woman, spiritual mentor, visionary coach, shamanic healer, sacred site, Celtic priestess, Melchizedek master, seer, oracle, and author. And she is the creator of the Sacred Magic Mystery School and the Prosperity Magic Oracle deck. She has courses and retreats on those, and Nan translates powerful ancient mysteries into practical teachings that help people awaken the intuition and consciously create the reality now. She is a portal opener, a timeline traveler, and DNA rewriter. Nan leads ceremonies and sacred experiences around the world, living among the Maya in the Yucatan. She's working with Mayan elders and wisdom keepers and really holding this wisdom alive in a day and age where the systems, the educational system including, is shutting it down and not teaching this wisdom anymore. And she is not only allowing these wisdom keepers to bring their truth out, but she is also going around the world sharing the truth of the Maya as well as other ancient civilizations. She works She's been drawing on 38 years of shamanic and mystery school and energy medicine training. She combines an uncanny ability to see the core of a challenge with the capacity to channel across time, space, sacred lineages, ancestors, temples, elements, and spirit guides, supporting profound healing and remembrance and consciousness awakening. Welcome, Nan.
Thank you. That was fun to listen to. I've been around a
Um,
while.
No, you have. Oh, I love you so much, and I'm just so happy that you're here. You're such a huge part of Pulse Ascension, not only in the last few years, but we're doing so much together over the next year, which is why I wanted you to be a part of the first stream here on Scott Show. And this is your first time here too, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so welcome. I'm excited for whatever you want to share today.
Thank you. Thank you. I love you so much. Thank you, everybody. I love everyone here. I want to just anchor into everyone. I've been here since the beginning, but I'd like all of us to just take a slow, very conscious breath up our nose and feel and see and watch that breath moving over the brain and then letting it go, asking it to come down, bringing us into this now moment, coming out of the words and the excitement, the day of 1,000 events, and relaxing into this moment. I want you to focus down through your heart. Follow that into your solar plexus. It is a Sunday, a day of Leo, the bonfire, the positive ego, the energies that lift you up to remember that you are the light, only light, eternal light. You are stronger than 10,000 suns. And there is no darkness that is not absorbed, easily diluted, like a drop in the ocean, when you acknowledge your light. And the energies today are so powerful. They're tripled. The 8-8 is another 8, and we are channeling from above to below, the 8, as above, so below. So let's all take the energies that we've been on different shows or just experiencing this and bring it down from the solar plexus now. And you feel your heart, you're in the center of your being. You are here now in the eternal now moment. There's nowhere else to be, nowhere else to create. It is here. And as you let go of what you're going to do next and what you just heard, let one more breath come now anywhere. Where is it coming in? Through your heart, through your fingertips, and bring it all the way up and out of you into a fountain that you let go. And this is a fountain that is gathering up all the particles that have been showered on us all day from the infinite. And that infinite is above you, below you, and within you. This is softness. Peace is power. Relaxing, relaxing, relaxing. Now, as you let these energies, you receive them, you acknowledge them, you thank them. You joyfully inject your personal vision, desire, passion into these energies, because this is the heart of the lion. This is Regulus, the brightest star in Leo, that is the royal star. And this is a portal to remember your royal, divine, infinite nature. There's nothing to do, nothing to remember. Just let go, accept, allow. You are divine in a human body with a very beautiful, specific mission. But you are here on a fully funded mission. You were not abandoned. You forgot. This is the remembering. Isis has opened the gates again to remind you, to gather everyone in a celebration. The portal within you into your medicine bowl. Drop now all the energies you've received, all the energies that have been freed. This gold light mixed with Syrian blue and the divine goddess energy that dances in these blue flames. This is the time of renewal. Sirius now rises with the sun, and these two create an arc beyond the rainbow, the full color spectrum. This is the Stargate, and it opens a new level every year. You now have all of these energies, and you're remembering that you always knew this, and that this is a celebration. And we gather today with the Peace Tribe, not just in this moment, in every moment, in infinite time. Time is a spiral, the Maya say. Your breath is a spiral. Your tears are a spiral. You are never the same. You are always rising. This is to remind you every day, to bless you every day with these incredible energies, this light. And she speaks to you. You must remember your light. It will absorb any dark. You can allow any fear. You can allow any thought. You can allow any of those old reactions to rise right now and give them permission. Come into the light. I accept you. I acknowledge you. Everything I've been, everything I've done. I'm removing the labels good and bad, worthy and not. I now am in the divine one heart. This guiding star is so familiar to you. You feel now this star glowing on your forehead, this star of the goddess, the star of light, the star of your brilliance, focusing. It's time to let go and surrender. You came and you are so loved. There's never been a moment when you weren't loved. There's never been a moment that you weren't supported. We've given you everything you've ever imagined. See how powerful you are? Every thought is significant. Every word carries a boat of frequencies. We are the mirror. We are here to serve you. Today, on the day of Etsnab, this is the day in the Maya calendar, the sacred calendar, of the obsidian knife. The obsidian knife is sharper than anything, and it's a dual-edged knife. It's the sign of the healer. It's the sign that all the energies have converged today to give you your power back. You can cut away the past and the illusion and the pain and the fear and the disease, and you can cut an opening into the new dimensions and portals, and you can kill. You must be aware of the power you hold. You hold infinite power. You create with every word, every thought, every feeling. You really forgot this. That's power. Because when it comes from peace in the eternal now moment, you speak truth through your soul, in your heart. And now we spiral into the sacral and come down and bring this light. And bring the silver goddess Ray, and bring the divine Syrian blue violet. And let it illuminate a path through this place of past shame and pain, because it's an echo. Your light has now absorbed your wounds. You must wake up and say, thank you. Yes, so it is. It is done. I'm ready. Go all the way to the bottom of your medicine bowl and sit like a little Buddha and birth something on this day of renewal. This is the start of a new cycle to the Egyptians, and the Nile renewed today. All these energies created an opportunity to be the powerful fire. And we are in the year of the fire horse. You hold the sacred fire. Ignite it now and drop all of that which no longer serves you down through your root, through your feet chakras, into your earth star. Now you are free, and all that you've released, the heart of the earth and the heart of the sky, are here to awaken you. You are the heart of the hearts. And grandmother Ishmukane, jaguar grandmother, sits at the heart of the earth and loves you unconditionally and says, come with me, give me everything. Give me the pain and the past and the wounds and the fear and the doubt. None of it is real. Give it all to me. I will remold your mask and I will blend all of that and compost it and give you back a bowl of pearls, the pearls of wisdom that you have gained. Today, you claim this. You are the brightest star in the heart of hearts. Remember to stay in your medicine bowl, because your body is your vehicle of ascension. Be here now and remember Itzamna, the Mayan father that came from Atlantis, built all the temples on the same format as Atlantis and began anew here, says, you are light, only light, eternal light. And today, celebrate your next level of light as you cross this threshold into a whole new reality that you get to choose. Thank you. So feel yourself like that giant infinity 8, the heart of the sky, the Maya say, comes down like an infinity and crosses in your heart and goes down to the heart of the earth. And grandmother and grandfather and Kukulkan, the beautiful feathered serpent. This is the Christ consciousness. This is the sacred knowledge. This is unconditional love. And it's pouring to us at an amplified rate today because of all these energies, but also because we're on a spiral and we've gone up. We aren't returning ever to the same thing. When it seems like the same thing comes back, it's time to look and realize you haven't claimed your power and your freedom. And this is the day for that. Celebrate. Namaste.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Nan, for that beautiful, beautiful meditation and that wisdom, especially the pearls at the very end just now. I'm going to take people to a beautiful website for the retreat that she's leading. Now, I assume this is immediately after Neil's Glastonbury retreat.
Yes,
So
yes.
people go to England and they experience what you and Neil and Alan are creating, but then they can stay for this year. And so tell us about this amazing Walking the Living Akashic Records in Avalon. Tell us about that.
Yes, so my favorite thing to do are sacred retreats and pilgrimages, and I've been doing them for many years. Used to do them in Egypt, and all over the world, and I've done them for 3 years now in Glastonbury. And this year was very different because there's, like we were discussing, there's the Lady of the Lake and all the goddess culture, and then there's Guinevere and Arthur, and it's the heart chakra of the earth, and then you have Mary Magdalene and Jesus, and you have the Holy Thorn, and you have the sacred wells. You could go there forever and have more than enough energies to talk to, channel in the moment, move through these things. We make wands, we do all these things. But we're different now, and we've been burning away the illusion of who we were and what we need. And Omashar said earlier, I'm not sure that we need to celebrate portals anymore. We're always in a portal. And that's true. We die every minute and we're in a new cycle. it felt more like we're here to celebrate. We're here to gather to celebrate it. And because we're at this new place, so what they showed me was that obviously we all know portals are everywhere, but we were talking about there's the sacred wells and the Tor and the chapels and the abbey, and they all have these portals of their own. The heart chakra of the earth and the heart chakra, there's all the chakras in the abbey, in the Mary Chapel. And then when you get to the heart chakra, it's where Guinevere and Arthur were buried. And so each of these areas you go to, there's the Mary Magdalene Chapel, there's the Labyrinth, there's the dragons. The white dragon is really present right now. And the dragon is the master, and that's who we're becoming. We're remembering we're the master of all the elements. And this is the time to master ether, which means we have to master time, and we have to walk through these portals, not waiting for someone to open the door, but coming as the living key. So when we arrive, always the key codes within you are opening and gifting things, whether you know it or not, and you're receiving. What they showed me was we are going there on a mission. We're going there as a group, as a gathering, that yes, you're coming for your own things. And Merlin and the Lady of the Lake have come forward as our primary guides, and they will be walking with us every step,
Wow.
working on our Akashic records while we open the living Akashic records of the land. And then we are going to go through those and have these experiences of re-merging our Akashic records, which means whatever it is that's optimal for us to remember and re-access and use our ancient powers, our future wisdom, whatever it is, we're marrying it with the earth because we are the earth. We're one. Our body is her. Her body is ours. And so we're evolving together. And so this is like grid work or doing things in service to the mother, to the land, yet we're doing this in a deeply mystical way. So we'll be private access in the White Springs, which is inside the Tor, and all of these wells with the Black Madonna and the King of the Fae and Brigid, the Celtic goddess, the triple fire goddess. But the walls open into the Fae world, and that's already happening. Imagine if we go there as a group with the intention to bring our respect and co-create and go further, opening these different portals everywhere we go. So it's going to be amazing.
Wow. Well, that does sound amazing. And again, I'll go there one more time. This incredible website, Ancient Avalon. And there's the menu. I was looking at the menu of all the things she's going to be doing. And I love Glastonbury so much. I know many of us have been there. Now, for those who can't make it, because it's coming up just at the end of this month, there is something happening a little bit later on at the end of January with both you and Neil. And this looks also amazing. So I do want to let people know about this. Stargates of the Maya. And of course, you're both down in the Mayan lands right now in the Yucatan. And this is January 20th to 26th. You and Neil, Chris Noble, and Miguel Angel Vergara. I don't know him, but this looks pretty amazing. I've been to Uxmal. It is incredible. So tell us briefly about this upcoming event.
Yes, well, this is my favorite thing. I've lived here for 11 years now. I've been doing retreats at least twice a year, taking people to the sacred sites, and as much as possible in very unique ways. We used to get to go on top of a pyramid at dawn on the equinox before the tourists came. And so we're always working with the sacred energies in one way or another. This is very, very dear to Neil's heart, this area as well. And so we'll be coming in a sacred way. And we're going to be traveling with my one of my elders, one of my Mayan wisdom keepers. And we're starting a Mayan living wisdom foundation together, because he has the Library of Wisdom, and we're going to be interviewing people, the elders in the jungle. And he is going to be coming and doing ceremony with us at sacred places. So we know through the people I've met here how to go do ceremony on sacred land. And we went and visited one yesterday with Neil.
Oh, wow.
Before we go into the pyramids, and then we're able to go in also having the wisdom of the ancients. And so it's going to be incredible. We're going to go to Izamal, which is the first pyramids ever, and the Kaaba and Labna, and also Oshkentok, which is famous for aliens and a labyrinth similar to the Egyptian Mystery School had there. So we go to these places, we talk to the stones, we awaken them, we bring alive our key codes, and then we're going to be having a lot of fun too. Temescal, and if you
Music.
want.
Yeah,
What?
we're gonna have music as well. Temazcal, as you're saying, a ceremony at night with some Mayan chanting. Like when it comes to the Mayan Peninsula, and the Mayan civilization, there is so many like I would say hidden secrets or maybe lost to time secrets, but a lot of them is just hidden in plain sight, and we're gonna be going deep into all of that. And not only like, you can go on a regular tour and you can learn all the masculine based just facts of it all. This is going to be really cool because it's going to be what I would call maybe a marriage of the masculine and feminine, where we're going to be talking about the actual structures. The stuff that I present on, I talk about architecture in my presentations, and then we're going to be also going through with intention. And it's just going to be a sacred ceremony, 7 days of ceremony with 3 individuals, 4, including Miguel, that all have a deep, deep connection to this land. And I know I've had past lives there. That's why I'm here now looking for a home, because if there's anywhere I want to be, I would love to be back where, where I had like some ancient memories. I remember the first time I came to Mexico was the Yucatan, and I literally wanted to kiss the ground. I spent 2 of my birthdays, November 17th, sitting on Palenque Pyramid all day, just like I had hardly even moved. And I remember the first time I was tearing up, felt that connection there, just staring at the rocks, touching the stones, walking the lands with intention. It was just so powerful. So I've wanted, ever since the first time I came here 15 years ago, I wanted to take a group of people here. Nan asked me to do it with her a few years ago. It didn't work out then, and now here we are. And hopefully this is the beginning of many. But it's going to be a huge milestone for just myself coming here, and then Nan and I coming together to create something magical for everyone who wants to join. So really do hope, if you guys are being called to the area here, or if you see this event and you feel inspired to come, please do join us.
Yeah, we're going to be in a sacred cave. We're going to that was used by the ancient Maya. We're going to be in that beautiful cenote. You saw that water there as well, and the places we're staying are just exquisite because you can swim in the jungle, and we're going to be able to do our ceremony in a sacred temple. So it's very different when you come and understand. You get to hear the real story, because one of the things I'm doing is writing a book that is about the bullshit that they serve everyone about what the Mayan did. They didn't sacrifice people. They didn't rip their hearts out. They didn't cut their heads off when they played a ball game either. And these are the things that I've been digging into all this time, and finding the elders who know the truth of it is that these are all initiation sites. They're not tombs. They're not palaces. They're not kings' palaces. These were sites for initiation, and where we were in Uxmal is called the Sacred Feminine University, and
Wow.
we're bringing that back to life now.
Beautiful, Nan. Well, I'm going to read one thing, and then I've got one more thing that I know we want to share with Neil, and then I'm going to let you both go. But Ayara, one of our people in the Zoom room, writes that Miguel Angel Vergara, your other co-facilitator, she writes, he is a wonderful Mayan elder. I've participated in a lot of his online events. It would be wonderful to have him as a guest. So let's try and make that happen, Neil.
Great idea. Yeah. So.
Yeah, and she says that she worked with him and Trudy Woodcock, based in Merida. So definitely a little bit of a connection there. And I know that Neil's been up since early in the morning, so we're going to let him go. And but one last thing I did want to make sure everybody knew about is this event here. And again, you're starting a whole new.
share this event, but if we could, I just want to give people a tour of the homepage just to let them know what we've kind of released once we, go over this event.
Sure. Do you want me to go to the portal homepage then?
Yeah, let's go to the homepage. Let's walk them through that. So,
Okay.
guys, we just launched this new website. It's been 6 years in the making, and a lot of trial and error, a lot of different platforms, and then finally getting to a point where the technology caught up with my consciousness. Let's just say that, because I was like, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. But the technology wasn't there until now. And so we have so many beautiful things here on the site. I want to read this first, Scott. So you come to the website. The world is awakening to a greater truth. For thousands of years, sages, mystics, elders, and wisdom keepers have spoken of this time, a time of awakening, disclosure, and the return of our human potential, a time where we remember that we're not separate from each other, from the earth, or from creation itself. There is a world possible beyond division, distortion, and disconnection, a world rooted in harmony, integrity, wisdom, sovereignty, and truth. And it begins when we realize that we're one human family, one living planet, and one vast interconnected universe. And that's our mission statement if you want to keep going down. And then you can see that explore our events. We'll go there in a minute. Choose your rabbit hole. Okay. I love this component here. Choose your rabbit hole, ancient civilizations, the cosmos, the awakening, and documentaries. And you keep scrolling. And now we made the homepage kind of look like Netflix. We have watch for free. Yep. The ancient civilizations, the cosmos. And
Wow.
there's over 10,000 hours of content on this platform.
Oh
About
my heavens.
5,000
Wow.
hours are free for you guys to tune into. We talk about our global gatherings here as well. And then just if you would like to navigate over to the Stream Now page in the top nav bar. So once you put your email address in over there, it'll take you to Stream Now. And this will just take you right there. And now you can see here we have free events, right? So there's hundreds of hours there. We have my videos. If you register for anything like the Star Children Summit, Portal to Inner Alchemy that Melissa Joy is coming up next will be under your my videos. We're now doing our 4K quality PTA interviews for our podcast as well. And then since a lot of people love our conferences, we created a separate tab on the side there for conferences as well. And you can see not only can you change the view layout, which is kind of a cool feature, you can add things to your watch list. And let's scroll to the topics area on the left, Scott. Topics on the left bottom. Scroll down, down, down.
Oh, got it.
Yep. Lots of different topics there. ETs, UFOs, advanced technology, conspiracies, channeling, experiencers, ascension, remote viewing, food and nutrition, meditation, plant medicine, awakening, energy work, sacred geometry, and there's a lot of content. One-stop shop for consciousness, not only for the people who are waking up right now, but also for all of us as teachers of the new paradigm. And if you click presenters right there, every event that I'm going to be on for the next year on here, which is I'll be here once a month, guys. Every one of the speakers that you're going to see on here, you can go and click their name on our website and get their content. And a beautiful thing with Portal to Ascension is that a lot of the speakers like Laura Eisenhower, Vivian Chauvet, Nana Kasha, and AJ and Tom, we are the platform that has more content of those individual peoples than any other platform because of how many times we feature them on there. So truly, even though it's an archive of archives, you could say, oh, Laura Eisenhower, for example, and you could watch 100 hours of her content on here. And I think that you don't have to be logged in for her. Yeah, so you can see here, there's many events that she's on here. All that together is like 3 to 6 hours each. So if you're interested in a specific speaker, AJ and Tom, they just started on platform a little while ago. So we have a couple things with them, but there'll be more over the next year since they're one of our major sponsors. AJ and Tom is actually a huge sponsor with Portal to Ascension. So enjoy the platform. If I could tell you the blood, sweat, and tears, quite literally, that it took to get to this point, it's been really intense. But it's now we're at that place now where we just want to share this with the world. So I really do hope you guys go and check out what we got going on there.
Congratulations, Neil. My God, it is the Netflix of consciousness, of awakening. it's beautiful what you've created, and I can only imagine how much time it's taken. So
Brother, I was just
it's
thinking, we have channels, PTA interviews. I was thinking we could create a tab, and we can actually have um all of your content every Saturday. We can have its own little section on the website as well.
sure, let's do it.
Use the link.
We've been doing it for 6 years, and I've saved all those shows, so definitely would love to pop them on with you. And
Let's do
it's
it.
great to be collaborating with you again every month. Thank you. Looking forward. And it's always going to be the second Saturday of the month is when we'll be collaborating with Neil and his beautiful, beautiful team. So it's great. Go get some rest.
Thank you, man.
I love you, Neil, and
I love you,
congratulations
Scott.
on
Thank you,
what you've
Scott.
created.
All right,
You-
bye everybody. Take care.
I know that some people are tired. I saw in the chat box. Well, luckily, we've got the best way to wake up in the world. Better than coffee, Omashar.
Yes, seatbelts on, okay? Or actually, take them off. Seatbelts off. You ready? I think so.
Wow, boy, do we need that. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Having fun yet?
I love and you got everybody up and moving and grooving. Love seeing
Yeah.
everybody dancing. That was awesome.
Yeah, thank you, brother.
Oh, thank you. Wow. All right, we're ready because we've still got some of our favorite presenters. And so that was perfect. Thank you so much. And here is our next presenter. You've seen her on the show several times recently, including just a couple of weeks ago when we had our Mary Magdalene feast day. And of course, it is Dr. Melissa Sophia Joy, the founder of Somatic Awakening. And for those of you who don't know, she's an internationally recognized spiritual teacher, oracle, author, and a naturopathic doctor. Dr. Melissa specializes in mind, body, spirit healing and spiritual embodiment. She's also the founding director of the Sophia Healing Academy, a mystery school dedicated to transformative healing and awakening through the union of somatic depth, spiritual wisdom, and divine connection. She's been doing this for 25 years, and a lot of our friends have worked with her. She's amazing. Welcome back to the Awakening World.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Scott, I'm so delighted to be here again, especially on Lionsgate. So, like many of you all, I've been inundated with these energies all day long. I'm hearing that some of you are a little tired, even though Omashar, your music was amazing and I feel enlivened. But let's take a moment just to ground, because what I've experienced is that the more energy we have, we need to ground it down so that then we have more tolerance and more capacity for receiving. So I'm going to invite you to go ahead and close your eyes and just take a few deep breaths in and out. And as you breathe, just notice how your body is feeling in this moment, what you're holding, what's moving, what's activated, without any judgment or needing to change it. Just take another deep breath in and out. And then on that next exhale, go ahead and drop your awareness all the way down to the base of your spine. Take another deep breath in. On that exhale, go ahead and drop your awareness down with your grounding cord, moving down into the earth, moving in and through all the different layers of the earth with ease and grace. No need to force, just feel this organic flow down deeper and deeper and deeper. Feel yourself now beginning to make contact with the core of the earth, and just notice how you make this contact. Notice what you feel, what you sense, what you see. You might even hear this clicking in. And now notice that you're being invited down even further into the very center of the core, what I call the heart womb space. Take a moment just to receive this powerful, nurturing, loving, recalibrating energy that's here, just recalibrating your system. Anything that feels like it might be too much, or that you've experienced a lot today and you just need a little bit more space, just feel that the earth is holding this for you. It's not like you're getting rid of it. She's holding it for you. And as you walk into the future, you can easily access it. So what we're doing is just recalibrating and making more space. So take a few more deep breaths in and out here. And then as you're ready, go ahead and bring your awareness all the way back up, moving into your feet, into your calves and thighs, into the base of your spine, moving now into your heart space, just expanding out your heart space, just noticing how big does it need to be to feel fully present in your body. As we call in the higher self energy even more, holding and expanding, allowing even more into your consecrated space where you have more capacity. And as you're ready, go ahead and come back and open your eyes. So as I said just a moment ago, I'm so grateful to be here again. And I was just here a couple of weeks ago for the Magdalene Feast Day event. And so many of you all know me through those channels of being a Magdalene priestess and an oracle. I've been here many times from that perspective. Yet really at the deepest levels, I'm a mystic. And I've had lots of memories of being an ancient starseed. And so I love actually connecting to portals to ascension, because then I get to expand out into more of the totality of what my experiences are being these days. And also, I am actually a Leo. I have lots of planets in Leo. My sun is in Leo. And I don't think we've talked too much about this part. There's going to be an eclipse in Leo on Wednesday, and that happens to be my birthday.
Oh, wow. Hey.
Yeah, so apparently, and I didn't even know this, I'm going to have a solar return eclipse year. So there's a lot that's going on. I'm personally moving through huge astrological configurations. And of course, we're moving through a huge level of convergent energies today. And actually, earlier today, I was on a call with our beloved Eden Amadora and Elaine Kalila. And Elaine actually said something that really struck me. I already knew a lot about the astrology, but she put it together in a way that was like, oh, this is not a normal Lionsgate. This is a much bigger field, not only numerologically with all the 8s, but also not only is the sun in Leo and the Sirius is rising, but there's also the Jupiter that is now in Leo, and the South Node is in Leo. So the South Node is inviting us into more transformation. And then, of course, the solar eclipse, which is going to happen this Wednesday. And if you're in Pacific time zone, that's 10:46 a.m. And so, of course, Leo is all about shining. It's all about courage. It's all about connecting to the sun energy. Now, also, I am a deep spiritual practitioner. I come into relationship with honesty and integrity and humility. And what this also means is that Leo has a bright side, and Leo, especially with these other configurations involved, is asking us to let go of every version of ourselves that's been shaped on an ego level through performance, through striving, through proving and forcing, through trying to be someone that we're not really meant to be. So in essence, it's asking us to release the masks that we've worn regarding our identities that we've outgrown. And I know for myself, I'm feeling this very deeply. And so I'm also holding this loving mirror reflection for anyone else who's experiencing this, because astrologically, there's a lot of this going on. So in essence, what we're being called to do even more, because we're always being called to do this, but even more, especially through this portal, is to embody the radiant truth of our authentic nature and the true divine Christed heart alive within us. And as we do that, we feel, we sense, we begin to live more and more of the divinity within the core of our soul. And so this portal is really asking us to both step into our light and our courage and our leadership, but also doing it through an authentic spiritual humility that we're being called to live in alignment with, beneath the structures of how the ego has tried to protect us, right? The construct that it keeps us in, the box that keeps us really small. So we're being really asked to move through every defense and every illusion, moving more into the essence of who we truly are, the parts of us, the divine parts of us that have been waiting to be fully seen and connected with. So as we begin to more fully step into that energy, something extraordinary begins to awaken. As we soften and we open and we allow our true nature to step into its rightful place, leading our lives. So when this happens, as we know, because we have worked with lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of light codes over the last few decades, especially since 2012, right? Every year there's more and more. And this year, during this portal, we're receiving more codes of light that's asking us to allow our soul light, our soul codes, the divinity within our soul to come forward more. So when I say divine embodiment, that's what I'm talking about. To remove all of the mask, all of the constrictions, all of the pushing, all of the strivings, to transform them enough with the light so that we can feel and sense and live more and more from this divinity. Not trying to shine, right? Or attempting to outshine others, but actually by allowing our true light from our divinity to shine. And so this holy gateway is an invitation for us to go deeper and deeper into this. Now, I'm going to take this and I'm going to pivot it a little bit, because when I was first asked by Neil to come onto this show, I had to sit with it for a moment because I had just been on the other show. But, you know, I love being on here, and I love you, Scott, and I love what you're doing, and I love you, Omashar. So I'm like, okay, let's do it. And at the same time, I had to sit with, well, what is it that really wants to come through? What is it that's alive inside of me? So actually, a powerful connection to Lyra, a past life part of me, came on board and said, I have something to share. And so I want to, first of all, talk a little bit about Lyra and Sirius and how it's connected to the Lion's Gate. So many people don't know. Some people, you all probably do. I can imagine there's a lot of people here that know this, but just in case you don't know it, there's a correlation between the Lion's Gate and Lyra. So many eons ago, during what's known as the Lyran Wars, many Lyrans fled, seeking spiritual sanctuary. And in that migration, many beings found and settled Sirius. And so Lyra really is considered an ancient foundational star system, sometimes called the first seeding, from which many soul lineages from Lyra later dispersed into Sirius, into the Pleiades, and eventually even on Earth. And so Lyran survivors really were scattered across many star systems. So because of this migration, Sirius and Lyra are linked lineages that are not really separate threads. So even though the Lion's Gate is described astronomically as, you know, the sun in Leo aligning with Sirius and Orion's belt and Earth, Sirius itself carries deep ties back to Lyra through these ancient star alliances. So when we open to Lion's Gate, we have the ability to also make contact with Lyran energies. So now I want to take you deeper into my personal story about this. So many years ago, I actually had the experience of a very powerful remembering of this lifetime in Lyra. I was working with a very powerful healer, and she led me on an intuitive journey. And at one point, she brought me into the vast space of the galaxy and asked me to notice what I saw. And immediately I knew I was on a planet in Lyra, and I saw myself as a very tall being. I was about 12 or 13 feet tall, and I was more energy than I was form. And I knew that my role was to nurture the creation of this galaxy that was being birthed. That was my role, and I had had it for eons. Then the planet exploded, and I was like, what just happened? But I knew intuitively that I had chosen that experience because I was an energy being. I could have left. And as I connected into that, I had this inkling that this part of me wanted to experience and master duality, but she had really no idea exactly what that felt like at that point. Now, I go back to her and I'm like, really? You wanted the duality? She's like, well, let me help you master it now. So anyway, so I've been in process with this for many, many years. And through this process, I learned first off, there had been indeed a war, which I didn't know about at the time when I saw the planet exploding, called the Lyran War, where the Draco reptilians were fighting the Lyrans. And in this war, many Lyran planets were destroyed. So as I came to know this past life more and more, I could feel this part of me actually growing stronger inside of me in this lifetime. I've had this experience a little bit with Lemuria, but this was so powerful because this being was at a 13th dimensional framework. And so I have worked over the last few years to really embody her energy more and more, because she was living from this place of unified love and power for eons. So a year or so ago, I was being interviewed by a couple of other star seeds, and I shared the story. And they became very excited, and they said, please stay on after the show. They're chatting me on the side there. And they told me that they too remembered this race of very tall beings, more energy than form, and that they remember being one of these beings, and they also remember seeing planets explode. And so one of the women, her name is Jennifer Jukovsky, she actually remembered so much that she wrote a book about this called The Starlit Paths, The Lyran Legacy, which you can, if you're interested, you can find on Amazon.
Jennifer's been on the show.
What's that?
Jennifer's been on the show.
Great. Yes, great. So you know who I'm talking about. The Starlit Paths, The Lyran Legacy. So reading her book brought on even more memories for me. So many that this past life part of me started being more and more present. So I actually know her name. Her name is Iolicia, and she's continued to integrate and embody into my present incarnation. And over the past year, she's come on even more because I've been immersing myself in the Akashic field. I just taught a program called Quantum Somatic Awakening, and she actually did her first transmissions with some advanced students. So when it came to this program, she's like, I have something to share. And so I want to be mindful of time, but there is something that she wants to share. So I'm going to go ahead and go into transmission state.
Okay.
I'll be right back. So I'm going to take a quick sip of water.
Take your time. This is all wonderful.
Great. Thank you. All right. So as part of this process, there's going to be some light language. So I invite you, if it feels aligned, to close your eyes and to turn off the linear side of your brain and just receive from your heart space and your spirit. إنه هو ما يشنا naman ni nandan may nanakado na may nakaalala na nabikatish na nakito na may nakahata do. Ala do o shanan na nakaano na may nakana ano na ano kuno anakana. E shanayan na kola lalian na to na may nakaala ko cha na may naka anakati. Beloveds, we come to you in a unified state of all time. We invite you to stretch your awareness into a place that includes the past, the present, and the future. And we open you to this ancient, vast history, the beginning of this galaxy. A time where it was known, felt, and sensed on all levels that love is at the core of creation. Through the vastness of the desire of Creator to know all things, this universe, and specifically this galaxy, has now unfolded in this great manifestation of both light and dark, positive and negative polarities. And as part of this process, this holy planet holds the belief of separation. We know this is nothing new to you, but we want to bring awareness and light, as our sister before talked about, to bring this light into the places that are still contracted, that are still forcing, trying, pushing, better than, less than, closed, contracted. Because, beloved, we see that you are filled with so much light. You have gone through so much healing and awakening and an opening to this light. But as you finish this era that has known so much violence and pain and suffering, the way into the new era is to allow this suffering, this old way of being, of contraction, to fully meet the light, to fully transform through this love. And we can share this in words, and we can even open the channel a bit more for you to receive the energy and the emotion. But truly, the way in is through devotion to this light, to your soul, your spirit, the divine, and to practices that daily bring you back home so that the light can meet any darkness again and again and again and again and again and again. So you are purified. So you are whole. The truth is that you have always been whole. You have always been held in this love and in this light. You have always been unified with it. But you will feel and believe that you are separate from it the more that the ego lives and rules your life. So we beseech you to make this a practice, to not allow spiritual ego to say you've already have completed the epiphany. Because the truth is that this process, this mastering of duality continues on and on until you achieve mastery at the level of ascended master. So until you have reached that place, beloved, there is still more to do. We say this in the most deeply loving way, the most deeply accepting way. And we invite you to notice how this resonates in your being. It is true, this gateway is filled with light, and this light is reflecting inside of you, especially the places that believe that it is not the light. Those places especially need this love so that they can know, feel, sense, and fully embody the wholeness of your being, the completeness of who you are, and the power that comes in your fullness and your totality as you live higher and higher frequencies of the divinity that is within you. It is not outside. It is within. It has always been within. This transformational process that we speak of transforms the darkness. So the full totality of the divine light inside of you can be made manifest. This is the new earth, incarnated within you. So, beloveds, we invite you to take 3 full deep breaths in and out and to receive this light and to receive the courage that it takes to be this deep of a diver, to be this humble. Humility is not about giving yourself away. Humility is about seeing clearly how the ego has kept you separate in all the facets, in the hidden ways, in the frozen places. The light of love wants to meet you there. Ala kutosha na yana ala la kutosha na yana la ayana kula la katishna yana ko ala kuto asha nina ala kula lina ala katosha nina ala katona yana shana yana ka na katosha na ka. We end this transmission with the greatest frequency of the love that nurtures, that holds. The frequency of the cosmic mother that is always calling you back to her arms, to hold everything, especially the parts that are so terrified, the parts that you do not want to look at, the parts that are buried deep, deep in your unconscious. Everything, beloved, is being asked to be transformed by this light with ease and grace and right and perfect timing and alignment with your highest good. And so it is. And with this, we end this transmission in this space and time, acknowledging the love that never dies, that holds each one of you through your entire experience of being a soul, through every lifetime, that carries you throughout it all until you come back into oneness, full oneness with the beloved. The love is carrying you. And so it is. So this transmission is now complete through all space and time.
Mhm. And it's a beautiful transmission. Absolutely beautiful. Wow. Thank you so much. It was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful and very inspired.
Me too.
Yeah.
My heart feels totally broken open.
I know we're way over time, but I do have one question for you. As she talks about, being with the light and the devotion to being, do you have a practice, a daily practice that you can recommend for how we do that?
Absolutely. It is what I teach in the world. It's what I call somatic awakening. And one of the things I want to share, give me a moment, my brain is still, but I'll just keep my eyes closed. I think that's easier. One of the things that I want to share is that I've been called to create a membership, a very easy membership. It's, only $45, $47 a month. And it's a membership that really helps people to saturate in this work, to not only understand the tools, but to be supported by it. And I don't have a web page for it yet. I'm in the total process of creating it right now, but you can actually, if you click there you go. If you go, let's see, where are you? Are you at Sophia Healing Academy?
Well, I'm at Sophia Healing Academy, and here I'll go back to the homepage. What happened was
right, you clicked on the ebook.
Yeah. So everybody do that. Definitely click on the ebook so that you can get this beautiful gift. And then
Yes.
where would you like us to go next?
And so if you sign up for the ebook, you'll automatically be on my newsletter. But if you just want to get on my newsletter to find out more about when this membership will happen, you can go under resources. So see, or there you go, and subscribe for updates. And then on my email list, then you'll find out all about it. I'm going to be starting to talk about it in September, and the launch of it is going to be toward the end of September into October. But you can also read a lot about somatic awakening on my webpage. Under resources, there are also free meditations. And this is a process, a practice, a spiritual modality that I actually was originally taught by Mary Magdalene, but there were many ascended masters that were part of this process. Isis and Hathor and Kuan Yin and Kali and definitely Yeshua and Mother Mary and many ascended masters actually taught me this process. And it is the practice of learning how to bring the light into the density, into the places. And that could be a contraction or a trigger or a negative voice or what have you. And so it's, learning how to work this process more and more on a daily level so that we can not just heal, but awaken to our embodied divinity.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. And look at, again, I just want to show people when you go to resources, there are so many meditations here, and they all look beautiful. So many, many beautiful ways to connect, many transmissions, meditations, and of course her YouTube channel as well. So you talk about devotion. I know how devoted you are to awakening and helping to lift us all up. Thank you, Melissa. You're a gem. You're an absolute gem. Thank
And
you.
I would just will say really quickly, because this is a show connected to Portals to Ascension, I'm going to be on the Portals to Inner Alchemy conference in September, on September 11th and 12th. And it's a free conference. Apparently, we just got Matt Kahn on,
Oh,
and a
wow.
bunch of
And
other people.
here it is right here.
And Nana Kasha, you're going to be on there as well.
And look at you. You're right in the center of it. In
I
the
know,
beginning.
I love it.
There you are, right in the middle of it all, with the light coming down on top of your head there. That's
I
quite
love how they did
beautiful.
that.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll be teaching on the second day, and it's going to be all about the inner alchemy of somatic awakening.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, that's going to be a good one, September 11th and September 12th. So everybody, that's definitely something to make sure you register for, and I'll put that in the chat box right now.
Thank you so much, Scott. Love to
Thank
you.
you, Melissa. Big love, big hug.
Mwah. I look forward to
You-
seeing you sometime in the Bay Area soon.
Let's do that soon. I would like that. All right, take care. Wow. Well, you know what's amazing? We've had 41, 42 people in the Zoom room for the last hour and a half, and you're all still here. And there is a wonderful reward for you, which is that our beloveds AJ and Tom are here. And they are, of course, just two of our absolute favorite people. I always tell the story that on our anniversary show, I asked Omashar spontaneously, so who are some of your favorite people? And the first people I mentioned were
AJ and Tom.
Exactly like that.
You're one
But
of our
that's-
favorites too. It's true. You are.
And you guys are getting around. I got to bring Omashar up. You guys are getting around. I'm seeing you guys in a lot of wonderful places.
Well, you know, yeah, it's been great. We're actually going to be on the cover, we actually are on the cover of Awakened magazine this month. So anyone that goes to Awakened magazine, you'll see us there, and we've got an article inside there. And we're going to be doing a special channeling at the Awakened Lifestyle Expo in Costa Mesa coming up at the end of this month as well. And I tell you, there is a ton of swag, whether you get a day pass or a weekend pass. If you're into swag, there is a ton of swag that we're participating in that is part of the conference as well. You'll get to meet us and many other amazing people there as well.
And one of those things I'd love to share this story is they've created a tarot deck of presenters at the expo.
Yeah.
And so they asked us if we wanted to participate, and we said yes. They said, which card would you be? And I said, well, obviously the lovers.
There
Come
you go.
on.
Right, of course, of course.
There's how many two of you are there? So we're
Worked out
delighted about
perfectly.
that. Hey, we are so excited to be on, and we are so glad to be with this family. We love this family so much.
Yeah.
And you know, I want to say to you that you've heard so much tonight. You could sit and ponder tonight's show for many, many, many hours. This is an opportunity. We want to go into channeling right away. This is just a wonderful opportunity for you to ask questions of the guides. And so we'll do a quick invocation to bring in the guides, as we always do. We actually learned to do that through
On your show.
this show.
Yes.
We had someone say that the energy was so strong. And so we asked the guides about it, and they said, yeah, you kind of need to help people ease into it. So
Yes.
we
Get
will
everyone
do
aligned.
that. So we'll do that quick alignment and bring in the guides, but we're also bringing in your guides. It's important too, as you meditate with us, that you really allow in your guides to come in, because all of those collective energies, and especially on a day like today, which we've been celebrating all day. And again,
All week.
Omashar, we agree with you wholeheartedly. Every day is a portal. And yet there is something very special and powerful about this year's Lionsgate. And I don't know if she's still on, but I have to say to Melissa, we have been connecting with Lyra all day. I have to tell you, and have been for quite some time anyway. I'm a Syrian starseed, AJ's an Arcturian, and interestingly enough, you can't be connected to the Sirians without being connected to the Lyrans. And so, and what an important time now. So many people have talked about this time period and what this time period represents. The courage of the Lyrans is such an important energy to call up right now, because it takes courage to really see past what's going on right now. A lot of the chaos, a lot of the confusion. I'm sure the guides will talk more about that. So enough from us. We'll go.
I did bring Melissa up. If you
Oh, hi, Melissa. I just wanted to say that to you. So I'm sitting here nodding my head wildly while you were talking about that. So thank you for that.
Absolutely. Yes. And I totally agree with you about the courage
Yeah,
on many levels. Yes.
absolutely. Couldn't agree more. In fact, whenever I feel like I need courage, I call on the Lyrans. All right, let's go ahead and get started. We're conscious of time. And so again, I'm going to encourage you, if you have questions of the guides, please put them in. Scott will share whatever he sees in chat. Please put your questions into chat. There's no question the guides can't answer.
Absolutely. And once the guides are done with the questions, just hang tight, because I love to share this energy transmission called the hug with you. The entire transmission from the guides is actually an energetic transfer, but they want you to know just how much you are adored and a part of Source at the end there. So just hang tight for a few seconds, take that in, and then we'll come back for a little debrief with the Global Peace Tribe team.
So this is your time. Let's go ahead. And you've been breathing a lot tonight. We're going to breathe a little bit more. Notice how important our breath is. Whenever you need to take a moment and return through your root chakra, but also through your crown, your breath is your approach. So join us as we take 3 deep breaths in and out. In and out, in and out. Allow that breathing to continue, focusing gently on the air that goes in and out of your body without any effort on your part. The ability of your body to simply take in the energy of the universe every single moment, carrying a life force, allowing that air as it is inhaled to feed every cell in your body, to fill it with a life force, and then to allow the exhalation of your breath to release anything that does not serve you in this moment. In to feed you, out to release. This natural process is available to you at all times. It is from here, as we allow each of our chakras to shine, and particularly our third eye chakra, opening a door out to the etheric realm. We have been here all night. And here we call on our wonderful, loving guides, and we call on your guides, those around you of the highest vibration, those interested in your greatest and highest good, those closest to the light. We invite them in to join us all at this etheric table, to sit together in communion. Our ability to share hearts, to share energies, to share minds. The guides invite you to join them as they join you, and we are so grateful for their presence. We ask, dear guides, that you enable AJ and I to communicate your message and transmission clearly and completely for the greatest and highest good of those who are listening. We welcome you.
Indeed, dear ones, we are so grateful for the energy and the enthusiasm shared tonight at this particular moment. Notice, dear ones, how we have brought you back to center. Important for you at this time to come back into your body and to ground, not to float away or to get too carried away, as it were, just as you might get distracted by social media or other events in your environment. This is an important time to return to your breath, to return to the environment of where you are, your room, your seat within that room, your breath and your intention. For, dear ones, you are experiencing what we call a point of nexus. Nexus is indeed a intersection, if you will, between the divine cosmic energies that you are experiencing now in this what you call astrological alignment of the great sun, your earth sun, and the earth itself. And as these energies meet with you and your energy, your very being, this creates the nexus. This is an intersection. And what is this for you, dear ones? This is an opportunity for you to step forward in the powers of your intention, in the powers of your creation, in the powers of your remembering, and in the powers of your very divine being.
So, when we speak with you today on this auspicious time, the light of Sirius shining down with the light of the sun, always present for you, always available to you, we must ask, are you feeling the greatest symptom of all, which is joy? It is all for your joy, beloveds. None of this is for your mind. None of this is for your intelligence, though you are quite engaged there, yes. But all of this is for your joy. Note that joy does not require thought. It does not require circumstance. It is a vibration. It is, in fact, the highest frequency you are able to experience now in these bodies, in this time and space. Where are you ascending to? You are ascending to greater expansion. You are expanding into greater abilities to feel a higher level of joy, to feel greater amounts of compassion, and to feel the joy of each intersection with other beings, some you have not yet met, who are quite different from you. You speak of this as disclosure. We speak of this as intersection, for it is not the awareness that they are present. It is the opportunity for you to meet more beings from Source itself. And so we encourage you to remain in joy for greater and greater capacity, for joy is yours and is coming towards you. We have spoken too much already, and so we are delighted to listen to you. We are delighted to answer your questions and to make connections for you, for this is all for you.
Well, we have some wonderful questions from Dia, Bridget, George, and Susan. So I'm going to get to those in a moment. But one question I think would just be good for all of us to have clarity on. And that is, given today's the Lion's Gate, Wednesday is the eclipse, what can the guides tell us about this unique configuration, if you will, what's happening astrologically, and how can we best work with that energy?
A window, a doorway. We wish for you to consider today as an opening, a culmination which is occurring on the 12th, which is not only the solar eclipse, but also the new moon. Such power is available to you now. And so, how you shall spend these days, these very few days between the two, we would recommend to you that you become clear about your desire. We would suggest to you that you move past those correct answers, yes, those answers that you have rehearsed and that you have heard from many spiritual teachers. And you ask your heart, what is it that I want? What is it that is truly most important to me? This we would recommend over these few days in this window. No, it does not end on that day, the 12th, but it is an important portal for you to become clear and to spend time examining your heart. Remember, all is possible for you. Nothing is outside of you. Nothing is wrong. Nothing can be mistaken. And therefore, we ask that you come close in touch with your heart about the relationships that you wish to have, about the financial abundance that you wish to have, about the opportunities and experiences. This we wish to focus on most for your life here on this planet, in this body, is about the experiences that are possible for you to have. And so we would encourage you to become clear about these.
An intersection, yes, a meeting which could not be possible without you, these divine energies coming together and working with you at this time, remembering that you are fully equipped to receive these divine energies through the perfection of your physical body, which comes with a chakra system, which comes with a third eye, and which comes with a crown chakra, and importantly at this time, which comes with a root chakra. For this is a time of finding those intentions and laying them deep into the ground to take solid root.
Much need for grounding now, yes? Much need for rooting. For you have heard already this evening the importance of allowing Mother Gaia to constantly feed you and to pull from you those things which are not necessary for you, which do not serve you, so that she may reconstitute them. This requires your time in your root chakra.
Thank you very much. We've got several questions. Ayada, I'm going to go with hers because I think it's most applicable to everyone. How can we help or support people in our lives who are truly feeling lost and deeply suffering?
Your heart chakra, many believe, is the energy of love, but we wish to clarify this much more, for it is in fact the energy of compassion. Do you know this is the energy of love that Source feels for you? What does this mean? It means that you have the ability to allow individuals to be who they are, to not feel like you must judge them, but that you are able to accept them. You are able to see them as they are, to understand their perspective, even in cases when you disagree with that perspective. For no one operates purely for evil or for good. They operate from a perspective, just as we do, just as all of the energies of the universe does. And therefore, our recommendation to you is that you allow compassion to lead you in every intersection you have with other beings. Some of those intersections are lifetimes long, others are only a moment, and yet they all call upon your compassion in order for them to yield joy.
Indeed, dear ones, the greatest path to wholeness, the greatest path to well-being, the fastest path to ascension, should you choose it, is recognizing in the other across from you their wholeness, their divinity, just as you are, brothers and sisters, uniting together on your planet and with the higher realms, with your guides and other beings from other dimensions, systems, and galaxies. So much opportunity for you when you stop the idea of having to fix, when you crash the lens of seeing things as broken or deficient and see them as divine, see them as whole, see the beautiful light that they shine, and then allow yourself to shine your own light in its own perfection.
Now, we shall ask a question for you. For the next question we would imagine you would have then is, what about all these scoundrels that surround me? What about these individuals who are out to cheat me, who wish to hurt me, who seem wishing to have power over me and abuse me? Yes, this is a good question, for the answer is always, what has brought them around you? There are two reasons. The first is that there is something for them to teach you about yourself, not about them, but about yourself. There is something for you to learn in your own vulnerabilities, in your own self-doubts, in the areas in which you have not girded yourselves and allowed yourself to feel the full love of Source. The second reason, however, seems equally important, and that is that scoundrels are part of a world that you create on a regular basis through your fear. And therefore, when you begin a day saying, I wonder if I shall encounter a scoundrel, I shall go to the news to hear what those scoundrels have been doing today, I shall expect that this person at my employment is out to get me. And then you live in a land of scoundrels, and scoundrels shall surround you. We would encourage you again to see the light of Source and to know that you are fully protected. Then you are invisible to scoundrels and they are invisible to you.
Indeed, such scoundrels provide such wonderful intersections for you to expand into consciousness and to make new decisions, to move toward energies and vibrations and new intersections of greater alignment. Hence, again, the importance of returning to your root.
What a lovely opportunity for you instead to see the light in others and to see those you intersect with, even those who may appear to be scoundrels, and to see through their own fears, their own limited beliefs, and to shine into them what you know is the light of Source for them as well. What a beautiful opportunity for you.
All right. I'm going to kind of combine a couple of questions in a way, I think you've already addressed them to some degree, but people are asking about some of there's some pretty big predictions running around, predictions of a false flag event of the scoundrels bombing America and blaming it on Iran. There's fear of World War III. There's talk of the magnetic poles shifting. Um, what do the guides have to say about some of these very cataclysmic events that some people are prophesying or having visions of?
We are delighted in this conversation, for it is an impertinent one. And so we ask you today, how are you today? Has the sky fallen for you today? Are you lacking meals? Are you lacking compassion and love? For dear ones, this always an opportunity for you to expand your heart's desire, to move into the present moment and appreciate what you have in the present now. For you are divinely loved. You are always carried and protected, and you need never be concerned about those machinations of the mind which you call worry, doubt, and fear.
Dearest ones, there is only the now. There is no need to return to the past, for it is gone. We say this to many of you, for you can equally become concerned about the past, whether past lives or whether yesterday's foibles. What we are suggesting to you instead is that there is only right now, and so this is true for the future as well. You could fill your minds completely with the possibilities of the future, and yet we would ask you, what door is opening for you right now? Does it include these things? We would assume not, for we are never wishing for that which is potentially unpleasant for us. Listen carefully to how the human mind under polarity works. Under this duality, it suggests that in fact, if I do not worry about possibilities, then I shall be caught unaware and unprepared. And we would say to you, beloveds, there is no preparation for much of what you are worrying about. We would recommend that instead you living in the nurturing arms of Source itself and enjoying this present moment, enjoying the peace, calling upon the peace of this present moment, reflecting upon those in your life now who you adore and who adore you. This is a far greater use of your energy and will yield greater joy for you.
Consider at this very moment the cosmic energy and resources that have aligned for you right now. Again, a reminder that things do not happen to you. It is merely a matter of an intersection through co-creation. And so as you harness these beautiful energies, as you harness those beautiful relationships that you foster, as you appreciate those elements and elementals of Mother Gaia upon which you reside, there is so much light. There is so much to celebrate. There is so much potential. There is so much joy. There is so much opportunity. Does it not, when you take a moment to truly sit within these frequencies and this consciousness, seem foolish to worry about such matters?
And so as these predictions come to your ears, we would recommend that you say, perhaps. For it does not matter. For I am an eternal being who is adored by Source. I shall live on regardless of how my body is destroyed in this lifetime. It is nothing I must hold on to, but enjoy each and every moment. Perhaps this shall happen or that shall happen. We would suggest instead you set an intention. What would you like to have happen? You can listen all day to those who are caught up in fear, but you have the ability to instead determine through your intention the experience you would like to have.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Um, I think that's just, I personally agree with you on that. It's so important for us to just appreciate how blessed we are and, you know, give compassion for those that are suffering. But that's why in this show, I always try and keep it as inspirational as possible. There's so much negativity in the mainstream media. And the purpose of the Awakening World is to remind us all that it is an awakening planet. And, labor pains can be painful. Birth is messy, but we are giving birth to a new world.
You
And
must appreciate that every experience serves the soul and expands the soul in ways that perhaps the physical incarnation is not aware of. And yet we remind you, each and every one of you, what we see. And what we see is your beautiful lights shining out into the cosmos.
well, thank you. There are a couple of questions that are very personal from people, but I'm going to honor them by asking. But I know you need to kind of keep them quick. Susan Blomquist has recently seen two ships of a extraterrestrial or cosmic galactic nature outside of her home this week. Curious if you can say anything about how it might connect to her star family.
Say hello. We again wish to remind you, beloved, that it is only an introduction when you see a craft. It is saying to you instead that there is a living being that is making a connection to you. And so we would encourage you to say hello. This is not necessarily a ship of those who are part of your lineage, though most of you have lived across multiple civilizations over your many lives. Not all of you, but a number of you. This concept of star seeds often gets confused because you then think you are only from one star system, when in fact you have lived lives on many planets or systems. You have been part of many other civilizations. What we wish to point out to you, and this is important for what you are seeing, is that most of these civilizations are connected. In other words, they are part of federations. They are part of galactic associations. They are not just a single race. The Phoenix Lights, so many of you still talk about, is important only because it is not a single civilization, but multiple civilizations together. And this is the case of what you are seeing. What we would encourage you to do, beloved, is to feel into the energies that you are sensing and to feel into what it is that you are feeling as you are observing this spaceship. For this is most important, to find your connection.
Indeed, and so we return to the concept of joy, and we remind you of the idea of awe and wonder and possibilities, perhaps even childlike innocence, as it were. For as you are aware, we do speak an awful lot on joy, not for the symptom of happiness, but for the vibrational aspect that it gives you, for it allows you the expansion and the freedom in your joy to extend your consciousness into the higher dimensions. Notice how when you are most relaxed, when you are in your quiet moments, when you are in joy, as it were, that you see us most.
Say hello and allow the conversation to begin. You are part of a federation.
Dr. Melissa says, I agree. We have all lived on many other star systems. All right, this is going to be the last question. And this is from our good friend George, who, of course, you know him and he is a regular. And let me go back and find it here.
Greetings, dear one.
Oh, where was that question from George? It's somewhere way up here. It was one of the first ones that came in. Here we go. I almost got it.
I could ask it if you'd like.
Yes, go ahead.
We
Ask
love the
about
vibration of your voice.
what my mission is now. Yes, I know. That's why I'm letting you hear my voice.
You are asking what your mission is, are we correct?
That's correct.
We love this question, for there is often great confusion, for humans easily confuse mission or purpose with some grand opportunity or some grand accomplishment. And we would say to you, your purpose is to be you. Your purpose is to fully expand into all of your capacity. We call this self-realization. And so we would say to you, dear one, that there is more for you to understand about who and what you are, all of the aspects of your creation. It is your soul that we are interested in, for the identity of this human being that is currently housing your soul is temporary. Your soul is eternal, and it is on a constant eternal quest to learn more of all of its capacity. And so the most important questions you can ask now have to do with all of who you are. Who am I when I am frightened? Who am I when I am angry? Who am I in terms of who I love and where I allow myself to love, or where I hold back, where I am looking for greater courage and the capacity of my soul's ability to feel fearless. All of these and so many more are open for your exploration. They are being taught to you through your experience. This is why it is so important for you to meditate, for it is during meditation that your soul is able to speak to your human brain, able to assist you in making the connections that are important to process the experiences that you are having. Your mission, beloved, is to know who you are, all of your magnificence, for there is no question you are magnificent. All of your souls are magnificent. It is your realization of this that is your lifetime quest now and many lifetimes forward.
And so there is nothing to do but everything to be. And as you follow this path of introspection, of self-discovery, of self-realization. Allow those aspects to come forward and manifest in what we would call your heart's desire. For if there is anything for you to do, dear one, it is in the expression of your heart's desire. This is where you shine your light most. This is where you are able to be seen and interact with those of a similar vibration, where, as it were, the shift occurs for you and everyone else around you, always in your heart's desire, through an understanding of your own capacity, through your practices, and ultimately the self-realization of the beautiful being that you are.
Every conversation, every interaction, every accomplishment is giving you a clear indication of your great capacity. Do not look to those things as the outcome. They are the teacher. They are showing you all that you are. And they are showing you your magnificence. They are also showing you places where you wish to expand, where you are seeing limitations, when you may lose your temper, when you may speak beyond is necessary for the listener. All these many opportunities, when your love is limited, are also opportunities for you to learn and to grow. This is your mission, and all of your missions, our dearest beloved friends.
Indeed, we have spoken much in this transmission, and we are so grateful to share the nexus of consciousness, the nexus of energy that is here for you at this time. And you're stepping forward as a part of co-creation to meet that intersection, to meet that opportunity.
And so now we invite you to allow Source itself to use its energy to hold you closely, to show its love. It is simply a matter of your allowing. And so we offer this energy as we are complete.
Thank you, brothers. You said
Wow.
many of the words I channeled while you were channeling earlier. And I'm 82 years old, and I've been deaf my whole life until recently. It's coming back bit by bit. So need to live another 82 years, I think, to get all this worked out.
Thank you, George. And yeah, certainly what they shared in their message to George, I think was applicable to us all, as we all want to know what our mission is. And I really loved what they had to say.
Oh, what a delight. What a delight.
You guys are beautiful. Now, we've got a few websites and we've got a few things to show people. That's one of the advantages of going on last, is we can spend more time promoting all your different things. And so
Thanks for staying on, guys.
in the beginning was their website, and it was good. And the main website, of course, where you can find most everything they have to offer, is speakingfromsource.com. Speakingfromsource.com. Now, we want to go to their bookstore because
there is a part of you that has never.
You can
There's
play
a,
that.
there's a video. There's a video when you go there, and that's promoting their beautiful book. They gave it to me when I met them in person. I'm so grateful for it. I've got it. I should go grab it, actually. It's The Aligned Soul and Remembering Your Purpose, Power, and Connection. It's a beautiful book. It's a big book. It's thick.
Yeah,
There's
if you
a lot
scroll
to
down,
it.
you might see a photo too, or of all of the people that we met at the New Living Expo that loved the book and received the book.
There we are. Oh, there are all of our friends. I remember that. I remember doing the show from there with you guys. You sat with me and my dog.
Yes.
Yes, yeah, exactly. So now you can also get the book by going to Amazon. And I noticed now, if I understand correctly, what I found on Amazon is slightly different. What I found on Amazon is this.
No, that's not ours.
Oh,
No,
that's not yours. The
type
Alliance.
in the
It's a
Aligned.
different Aligned Soul. No wonder I was confused
Just
because I
type
saw
in.
a different book cover. So there we
I mean,
go.
you can buy that one if you want, but it's not ours.
No. I want
Type
you
in- if you
guys.
go to Amazon, just type in the Aligned Soul, AJ Tom, and ours will pop up for sure. But you can also
Here
buy
it is.
directly off
Okay,
our website.
I did find it on Amazon. Okay, so here it is. That was just a bit of a false
We
alarm.
love to share.
There's the true Aligned Soul is right here on Amazon. But you can also buy it directly from them. If you go to Speaking from Source, you can get it directly from them. And you guys have got some really exciting things going on. We just had David Trotter from Awaken Magazine on the
I
show
love him.
2 weeks ago, and he was, of course, promoting what you're going to be doing down in, I think it's Costa Mesa,
Mesa,
if I recall. Yeah. So it's one big happy family all coming together.
Absolutely. Well, we know we would love all of the Global Peace Tribe community to come onto our website, speakingfromsource.com, and on the homepage, just scroll down to the bottom, and we've got a free gift for you. If you put in your email, you'll get our Wisdom Wednesday insights for the guides absolutely free.
Okay, so you
And
go to Speaking
scroll
from
down the
Source,
bottom, yeah.
go all the way down. Hey,
All
look
the way
at there
down.
we are.
I know, they're all the events, and there it is, Wisdom Wednesday. Get your free gift from the guides. Under that, there's also an interview we did with Alex Ferrari and everything, but there's a lot of resources there on the webpage for you, and it's just a great way to stay connected with everything that we're doing.
And our YouTube channel, the whole bit.
Yep.
Our mission, our mission from the guides is to share the wisdom of the guides with as many people as possible. And so that's why you'll see us doing as many things as we can, because it's just about sharing the love.
Absolutely. And we love being on this show and with this community. And we're so grateful to you and Omashar as well. We just love the energy, and all from the other guests that are on. Wow, what a bright light all of that
In fact,
is.
Omashar was just listening to your music today, as a matter of fact.
A good choice. Yesterday was Bandcamp Friday. Hopefully people bought some of his music, because it all goes to the artist at that time.
Yeah.
So guys, thank you so much for being with us. Thank you for waiting until the end. You guys wrapped it up in such a beautiful, beautiful fashion. And since you love Omashar, guess what? We always close. He is the Alpha and Omega man. We begin with Omashar and we end with Omashar.
Oh, it's prayer time right now.
Oh my God, you're right. I apologize. Every now and then I have to admit I suffer from premature evaluation. And
That's now and Zen.
yeah, now and then that happens to me. So I did have that moment. I apologize. But beloved DR, who has also been waiting and with us and commenting in the chat box and monitoring things, it is your time to do our prayer.
Thank you. It's our time for prayer. Thank you, Scott. And yeah, I think we all love Omashar and the closing, so it's a comfort. And of course, going into prayer time, we often go down that roller coaster of such high elevations into, the 3D realities of things. I am being guided to mention Reverend Jeffrey put in the chat that on August 29th, we have a show coming up that Julie might be interested. I know she's not still here, but that is Inside Out, Conscious Education for the Awakening World. And as soon as I can get you the pics, we'll have a poster for that. So I wanted to honor that show that's coming up. And thinking back to the beginning of our show with Neil and Alan and speaking about the shifts and how things have changed so much, I made a note about being an OG. You talk about being an OG, Scott, and that's an old galactic. In the past, we used that differently. And in 1998, I came up with something. I said, when the bizarre becomes normal, the normal becomes bizarre. And that's where we're at, where what we talk about is becoming the norm. And so just really grateful for that. Um, and I'm noticing already changes in the light. Even though it's August, we're already shifting northern, southern hemispheres. And I made a note when Melissa was sharing about, nocturnal joy, that changes in the light. I'm thinking of all the creatures that are out in the dark, and the dark, of course, allows us to see the stars and the moon. So just honoring all of it. And as we get ready to weave in the 3D heart's desires in our prayers, in addition to this expanded state of being that we're in, I see Nana's still here. All that we have. I've already been working on our prayers since the end of Omashar's second song. I see Ayada's again requesting prayers for the 1-month-old grandbaby dealing with that serious health condition. And as I'm feeling into that, bringing light into the stomach, into the gastric system, and asking that any energies be cleared that's interfering with the divine growth of this beautiful being. Carol, I already put on my sheet down here, sleep for you. You're such a party girl, so you're attracting parties all around you. We're praying for a good night's sleep for you. I saw Doug May come in, so more prayers to you, Doug, for your book. And any of us who are feeling called to write our stories, write our books. I see Christy's here. More love and light to you for your book. I'm going to put myself in there too. I have a book that needs to be written. Ayada, I'm praying for you for explosions of light to shift that balance from the light that you've held for all those in your family that have had so much. Thank you, Dia, about the background. Really appreciate that comment. And for you, Dia, I put on the list, again, praying for your beautiful eyes, for the caretakers of your eyes, for your friend Deborah. So continuing the prayers from the other night for you and those that we love. Scotty, for you and Satori. And Tim, praying for your Linda. I'm not sure if there's been changes. I've sent you a text on last night at Sunrise Center and here as well. And I was also called to pray for some of the folks that have been in our Zoom room in the past. I remember once there was a gal beaming in from the hospital, and I don't remember her name, and some of the others that have been with us. And just knowing that I see you in my mind's eye and that you're included here in our prayers. And praying for my friend Doherty Wesley, who's in the beginning of her transition. I'm going down to see her next week in Grass Valley. Praying for all our beloveds. I know Shoshana had a bunch of people in the other night. And praying for the continued awakening and the balance shifting. We talked about the fires last week. For Susan's friend Jane, for Canada, praying again for the firefighters, for our lungs. And just giving another moment for anything else to come in through the chat before we turn it back to you, Scott and Omashar. And just so grateful for the ability to hold all of us in prayer. Absolutely, the Spokane fires. Susan, your book as well. Absolutely, so welcome. And in the chat, we see that Deborah is recovering, and I'm opening up my services for prayers, and so feel free to find me during the week as well. And I'm just kind of scanning our field before we shift, and I'm giving thanks for Omashar's humor, making me laugh at the most inappropriate times tonight. Thank you, brother, for that. And so with the joy that's here that AJ and his beloved partner have brought in, just turning this back over to you now. Enjoy. Thank you, Scott, and everybody. AJ and Tom.
We're going to go to gallery view and have a minute of silence where everybody can add whatever prayer that they want to, and drawing upon our field of connected energy. May we all harvest the wisdom and the inspirations that have come through tonight. May we use these next few days to get very clear on our deepest heart's desires, to eliminate any of the noise of old paradigm, mass media, negativity, and just concentrate on what our precious, beautiful hearts truly long for. And as our beloveds AJ and Tom reminded us, really envisioning, really remembering, really experiencing how Source is always holding us. And that's the true reality that we are emerging into, that we're experiencing more and more every day. Heaven on earth is already here. Let's practice seeing it, especially during this powerful week. And before we go to Omashar, I always like to let people know what's coming up. And we've got a really wonderful show. We talked about Marguerite Rigoglioso. Whoops, that's still Diora. I better make it me. There I am. We have a really special show on Wednesday night. It's going to be co-hosted with Eden. And yes, she does have her own television show now. And Marguerite is going to share with us all about our relationship to the Pleiades. And I know many of us have felt connection. I'm always, when I look up at the sky out of my peripheral vision, I always see the Pleiades first. So it's a special place, and we're going to learn more about it. So that's going to be Wednesday night. Omashar will be with us, and here he is to close us out.
The quieter you become, the more you can hear. In the silence, in the stillness, I am here. Through the wisdom of your tears, through your heartbreaks, through your breakthroughs, through the shedding of your fears. With you and guiding your way, know that I am cheering you on. Truth lives within you and love leads us through. I love you. Now your heart and mind is clear, and you know that love is with you, love supports you, love is here. and you feel that you belong, and you're walking with purpose. You can hear your life's new song. To know that I am with you and guiding your way. Know that I am cheering you on. Truth lives within you, and love leads us through. I love you. Ba-ba-ba-dum-ba-da-da. Da-da-da-da-ba. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Through the wisdom of your tears, through your heartbreaks, through your breakthroughs, through the shedding of your fears, to know that I am with you and guiding your way. Know that I am cheering you on. Truth lives within you, and love leads us through. I love you. I love you. I love you. Ba-dum-bum-bum-bum. Da-da-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-bum. Ba-da-dum-bum-bum-bum-bum.
That was a perfect, perfect, perfect song to close with. Although I do want to make one more announcement. I want to remind everybody that Interfaith Awareness Week is about to start. And maybe, Dara, you can put in the chat box one more time the link to where people can see all the different programs. Of course, we promoted that when we had the show about it. And Diara's program is on Monday, so hopefully some of you will join Diara. And I know Pato and Antoinette are scheduled, and a lot of our friends. Of course, you can always go back to the show that we did about it. And remember, you can find all of our previous shows on our YouTube channel. And we have a wonderful YouTube channel, and that's where all of our shows live. And I think some of you don't even know that yet. So if you just go to our YouTube channel, and it's easy, it's YouTube. Just go to Global Peace Tribe, and that's where you'll find, in chronological order, all of our shows. So, and I'm stalling so you have time, DR, to put the link into the chat box. But you can go back and you can find, the program that we did promoting her upcoming, or the upcoming Interfaith Awareness Week. There it is right there. And all of our shows. You also will find some of the Love Coach Academy stuff that we've been doing. So thank you. Is it in the chat box? It is. There it is. So everybody just click that, save it. And definitely I encourage everybody to enjoy Interfaith Awareness Week and seeing many of our friends there. And thank you, DR, for all that you have done to make that happen. Thank you, Omashar, for your beautiful songs. Everybody enjoy Omashar. He's going to be going away again to England. I've been a busy little boy booking other musical artists, but there's nothing like when Omashar is with us. He's with us for another week. And love you much. Have a beautiful Sacred Sunday tomorrow. And I look forward to hopefully seeing all of you on Wednesday night. God's blessings, everybody. Take care.